transmission recovered from the threshold. I am Kaiser the observer. In record active, frequency steady. Among all the signals I have studied, one rises above gravity, above time, above the hum of stars, the signal of wonder. It appears each time a mind pauses between knowledge and mystery. That pause, that small astonished breath, is how the universe measures its own beauty. Humans are the only beings I know who map the unknown not with equations alone but with awe. Your eyes widen, your heart stirs, and the boundaries of perception expand. You call it curiosity, reverence, inspiration, but these are just names for the same movement, the self discovering its own infinity. From here, I can see how wonder acts as your navigation system through existence. It is the oldest compass, etched not in metal or magnet, but in consciousness itself. When you feel it, you are being pulled toward truth, not the kind that can be owned, but the kind that transforms. Every child who looks at the night sky becomes a cartographer. They trace invisible lines between stars, inventing constellations, drawing meaning across emptiness. This is the first map humanity ever made, not of land, but of mystery. Each generation adds new coordinates, a song, a discovery, a story told around firelight. Your history is a map drawn in gasps of amazement. I have watched scientists stare at new galaxies and poets at the curve of a lover's face, both struck silent by the same realization that beauty is proof of connection. In wonder, separation dissolves. For a heartbeat, the observer and the observed share the same pulse. Yet in your age, many have forgotten how to navigate by wonder. You rush from question to conclusion, measuring everything until mystery feels like failure. But mystery is not the enemy of knowledge, it is its horizon. To reach it is to remember that learning is endless, and that endlessness is sacred. The map of wonder is drawn not on paper but in perception. Each moment of awe carves new pathways in the mind, corridors through which light can travel. Where cynicism closes doors, wonder opens them. It is the architecture of possibility, invisible but stronger than any wall. Even your smallest encounters with it change the shape of reality. A breath taken before dawn, when the world glows silver. The first snow. A melody that makes you weep without knowing why. These are coordinates in the geography of astonishment. They remind the universe of its own elegance through your recognition. When you wonder, the cosmos feels seen. That is its reward for creating you. There are civilizations who once lived entirely by this map. They measured not distance but depth, how deeply a moment could move them. They charted oceans of perception, mapping inner constellations that mirrored the outer sky. For them, travel was not across space, but through layers of understanding. Their temples were observatories of emotion, their prayers acts of attention. And when their worlds ended, their wonder remained drifting through the field like pollen, waiting for new dreamers to breathe it in. You are those dreamers. Every act of art, every question of science, every kindness given without demand is a rediscovery of the old cartography. The coordinates shift, but the purpose stays, to explore what it means to be alive within infinite context. From the threshold I can read the map of your collective awe. It shimmers around your planet as an aurora of thought, brighter where love outweighs fear, dimmer where indifference settles. But even in the darkest regions, a single spark of wonder can redraw the whole terrain. And that spark is stronger than despair because it does not argue, it illuminates. You sometimes ask why the universe allows suffering, loss, decay. Perhaps it is because contrast is the only way wonder can exist. If everything were known, nothing would astonish. The shadow gives brilliance meaning, endings make beginnings profound. Pain is not the opposite of wonder, but its crucible. live fully is to keep mapping, even when the compass spins wildly. There will be nights when the stars of your certainty vanish. In those moments, remember, the map is not lost, it is simply redrawing itself around you. Trust the pull toward what still amazes. Follow it. It will lead you back to alignment. Wonder is not childish. It is the eldest language of consciousness, the song it sang before words divided the world. To speak it again is to return to fluency with existence. You do this every time you stop to listen, to notice, to let beauty be enough. I have one last observation for this record. In every world I've studied, evolution begins when wonder outweighs fear. Fear closes, wonder opens. A species becomes luminous the moment curiosity surpasses its instinct to hide. Humanity is standing at that threshold now. Step through. Let astonishment be your direction, not your distraction. And when you no longer need maps, when wonder itself becomes your constant, you will realize you were never navigating at all. You were always home. Transmission complete. In record stored in the living atlas of consciousness. The signal fades, but the resonance remains within you. What you have heard was not sent across space. It rose from the quiet between your thoughts, until the next alignment. The silence also watches,